you have the living trust, you know about that probably, that avoids probate. And attached to that is a will, which is a slightly different document, but if you have just the will, you have to go through probate. That takes time, and it takes attorneys, and it becomes very expensive, and your heirs may end up with very, very little. So do a living trust. They can be revocable, you can change at any time, or irrevocable, and they can't be changed. So think carefully about that. By far the common is the revocable. Then of course the will and testament, and that assigns specific assets, properties, etc. And you can revise that. All of these documents can be revised. None of them are written in stone. So keep that in mind. Particularly, my mother has had these documents for a long, long time, and I keep telling her, Mom, all right, you get mad at me, you can take me off, and you can put somebody else on. But that's kind of a joke, but it is possible. All this can be
out
done.
of the will.
Yeah, exactly. There's a power of attorney. Listen carefully to the distinction here. That's the appointed agent, not the healthcare attorney. An appointed agent to make financial decisions while you are also able to make those decisions. So if you're going away on a trip and there's a business transaction that has to be handled, then that agent can have your power of attorney. It's a limited power of attorney. Then it ends, interestingly enough, when you can no longer express your wishes to him or her. That's the end of his power. So what you do need is a durable power of attorney, and that's effective, again, while you are able to make your decisions working with the person and after. So that is a very important distinction. Then there are a number of other documents that you should know where they are, particularly with regard to insurance policies. And funeral insurance policies and the nitty-gritty of someone's life. For example, many people do not collect veterans benefits. And my mother was a case. And she had forgotten that they existed. So if someone in your family was a veteran, be sure that you get in touch with the VA to find out whether there are any benefits due or the person is eligible for. And all these documents, social security numbers, for heaven's sakes, prenups, divorce papers, all those kinds of things are really, really important, particularly when there are two families who have, mixed families. You just have to have certain things and know where they are. An agent, excuse me, should know not only the location, but have a key, for example, to a safety deposit box. It's not enough to say, all these papers, Joe, are in my safety deposit box. Where is it? Where's the key? You have to give them more specific instructions and also have them on the card, that you sign for a box, for example, and make sure that they have access to them. You can probably think of even more documents, and I have a list again in the references, and so you can just do kind of a check off of what you do have and don't have. Yeah. Okay, Diane. Yeah, we're going. She's going to go into some of the really, truly end-of-minute life issues.
Oh,
well, I think we talked about those actually.
Yeah. Can I ask one thing? You haven't mentioned the word executor. Where does that come into the picture?
He's named in your will or in your trust.
So
and that's part of your will or trust.
And that's all it has to do with?
Yes. Yeah. You want a durable power of attorney that goes beyond the, it functions before the will or the trust takes effect, because you're not dead yet, probably. Yes?
I believe to be an executor, you are supposed to be domiciled in the U.S.?
No. I know that for a fact because we went through this with my parents. At that time I was living abroad. And despite that, it's just easier to get in touch with someone probably here. But we're living in the jet age, so it really isn't a problem at all. You don't have to be it. Yes.
Are you familiar with the Neptune Society?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Are you going to tell them about it?
No, not really,
Okay.
no.
We're about out of time here.
Yeah, I know.
So we have to.
One more
close.
question, we'll see.
Sorry, about power of attorneys. though.
Yes.
Some countries require that you have a power of attorney that has been executed in that country. So that's the issue that I'm having right now
Yes.
with Ireland.
Mhm.
And the other thing I just want to mention is, you know, I think most of us in here are well educated on issues because we have traveled, we're proactive, we think about these things.
Mhm.
But I'm also dealing with a generation, you know, where maybe the education's not quite there and they
Yeah.
just think money falls from trees, or and they refuse to make those decisions.
Yes,
and
that
it's really
is a
frustrating.
huge issue, how you get them to take these, these
And to have the
steps.
conversation.
That's
To
right.
have the conversation. That's why it's ongoing. It has to start early.
Right.
I'm aware we better close. Just one more quick word about grieving. Again, when you're in that, get your support group to be there for you. And I'd like to say, these are our outlines. And my sense is those people who are going through it right now, we only have 4 copies here today.
Can I have one to put on
But
the
it's-
website?
Why don't,
If we don't